Hey loves, today we're reading Chapter 2 of Hellbound, Famed Flames. Chapter 2. We held each other in silence for a few hours until Morgan pulled out my favorite thing in the world, booze. She knows me so well, even when I don't. I'm just gonna have a few sips, I tell myself. Don't go too far. The wine bottle was already half gone when I poured another glass. Morgan hummed, sprawled across the velvet couch like she was born to be draped in silk. You're trying to get me drunk, sexy. I smirk over the rim of my glass. So, is it working? She didn't answer, just smiled and held out her empty glass for more. Glad I'm not the only alcoholic anymore. We were curled up in the master bedroom, city lights flickering beyond the window, casting long shadows across our skin. She wore my favorite silk robe, half tied and nothing else. Her legs curled beneath her, effortlessly perfect. I was still in my party dress, now wrinkled and stained with something that might have been caviar or lip gloss. I didn't care. She never cared. We didn't need excuses to fall back into each other. We never did. I handed her the glass and watched her take a long sip, her throat moving like slow magic. Her lipstick left a perfect kiss mark on the rim. I wanted to frame it, or wear it. I missed you, she whispered softly. I didn't say anything. I couldn't. I could feel her lying. Because I knew what she meant. She didn't mean today. She meant me. The version of me that smiled for real. The one who didn't wake up screaming. The one who didn't punch mirrors or drink breakfast. She missed the girl who didn't exist anymore, the famous bitch that wasn't completely fucked up. But I still let her lean into me. Let her fingers trace the veins in my hand like she was memorizing the way my blood moved. We kissed like we were starving. Drunk kisses with Morgan always taste like velvet and salt. Her mouth moved over mine like she was searching for something I didn't have. I let her look. I always let her look. I pulled her onto my lap, her thighs on each side of mine, on top of me, her robe falling open as her glass clanged to the floor. Our laughter died between kisses. You're so sexy when you're beneath me like this, Morgan gasped in my ear. I smirk at her, running my tongue along my teeth. I want you to play rough, I whispered in a low voice. Make me scream, make me forget my name, make me unable to walk tomorrow or ever again. Fuck me up. Moans and gasps replaced sentences. Fingers tangled in hair, bodies tangled in regret. It wasn't love, not really, just lust. It was the need to feel something, anything, that wasn't fear or emptiness or shame. She slid my dress off in slow, reverent movements like she was trying to remember who I was underneath all the gloss and glitter. I helped her feel like something worth being with a movie star, someone worth being between Ember and Lockhart's legs. She helped me forget my father's voice screaming in my head. We moved to the bed in a blur of breathless, desperate moans and clumsy hands. The sheets were cool, our skin was hot. The air smelled like wine, perfume, and desperation. She kissed me along my neck, chest, and licked my toned stomach. I gasped her name like I'm worshipping her, like she still belonged to me. I wrapped my arms around her neck, straddling her hips with my thighs. Morgan thrust her hips into mine. My hands slide across her collarbones, down through her flawless chest. Morgan stands up, walks off, comes back with my pink fluffy handcuffs, my favorite part. She locks my arms in the tight cuffs, spreading my knees and shoving herself in between. I can feel her hands dominating me as she runs down my back. And you could say the rest is history, a classic moment between two girls who don't exactly love each other more than each other's bodies. And for a while, maybe an hour, maybe less, we weren't broken. We were just two women caught in a storm, clinging to each other like shipwreck survivors. I held her tight after, both of us naked under the covers, legs tangled, breathing slow. She traced circles on my hip bone. I stared up at the ceiling and tried not to think about how hollow the warmth felt once it was over. Embrin, she whispered, lips grazing my ear. Promise you'll try, please. I want you back. I didn't answer. She doesn't want me back. She wants the idea of a stable, hot, famous girlfriend, or fuck buddy, or whatever, back. And the thing is, I wasn't sure who me was anymore. And if she meant the old Embrin, the scared, traumatized child who couldn't handle her own shit, or the newly famous one she met, the wild one, the bright one, the version of me she hooked up with before the world dimmed. I didn't know if that second girl really existed at all. So I kissed her again, softer this time, because words were dangerous, but touch always told a prettier lie, always made a better story. Rubbing her thighs, I kissed her shoulder again, then her neck. I wanted to pull her back into our raw, exposed, passionate time. Drown us both in heat, and the lie that everything was okay under the flashing lights and sexy lives I gave us. Round 2, I murmured against her skin, already reaching for her hip. She didn't respond. Her body stiffened like I hit a nerve instead of a soft spot. Morgan? I whispered, my lips brushing her collarbone. She pulled away, slow, deliberate. She sat up in bed, holding the sheet to her chest like I hadn't seen every inch of her, like we were strangers again. I can't, she said. One word, that's all it took to make the air colder. I blinked. No? The fuck you mean you can't? Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. She stared at the half-empty wine bottle on the nightstand like it could explain things for her. Not tonight, she said, softer this time. I tried to laugh it off, brushing my fingers over her thigh. You're suddenly shy? Babe, you literally just had your tongue in my... Embrin, she cut me off. Don't. My stomach tightened. What's going on? She sighed. She sighed like it hurt to breathe the same air as me. I've been seeing someone. Silence. Not the kind of silence that comes after sex or between kisses. Not the comfortable, shared silence of two people who didn't need words. This was the kind that echoes, the loudest silence you could hear. The silence that rips through your ribcage like a scream in a void, never noticed, never known. Excuse me? My voice came out cold, almost stuck up and entitled. I sat up, sheet falling off my chest. I quickly put on my bra, inside out. That's so embarrassing. And of course, the worst moment possible, just my fucking luck. Morgan finally looked at me, and it was the look, the gentle one, the pitying one. The kind of look people give you when they're already made up their mind, and they're just waiting for you to fall apart. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said. You didn't mean... I scoffed, a rage climbing in my chest, in my spine like a fire. Who is she? He, Morgan corrected. He? What the fuck? I'm sorry. Since when were you, after everything, why are you all of a sudden taking me on the side? And without me fucking knowing? Are you actually fucking stupid? I pinched the bridge of my nose, absolutely pissed. How could you do this to me? Me. I gave her everything she could want. Her own fancy-ass car, fame, money, lots of money. Nice parties, nice clothes. I made her somebody in this world. She'd be nothing, absolutely nothing if it weren't for me. Morgan gets defensive, raises her cold, hollow voice. Embrin, you're being childish. No, you're being a cheating fucking slut. You're walking away from everything I did for you. You're walking away from me, of all people, for what? Some guy who's probably a greasy, old, disgusting nobody? She flinched, which told me everything I needed to know. He existed. He wasn't a one-night accident or some abstract fling. He had a name, a smile, a laugh she probably liked. A producer, she muttered, from that horror script you shot last fall. I laughed. It was ugly, angry even, loud and cracked like broken glass. So, what, he owns a few cameras and now you're straight? It's not about that, Her voice was thin. He makes me feel like I can breathe, like I'm not just a reflection of you. That hit like a punch to the gut. A punch worse than my father could have ever landed. I made you feel invisible? I scoff. I gave you everything, Morgan. Parties, travel, the best clothes, your status. You gave me your spotlight, she said, cutting me off again, and expected me to stand perfectly still inside it. Smile on cue, look good on your arm. But I was drowning, Em, and you were too busy living it up to notice. Her words landed sharp, but her voice cracked on the last syllable. She hated saying it, but she meant it, and I knew it was true. I clutched the sheet tighter, suddenly exposed in more ways than just one. So what now? I asked, my voice with a whisper. Are you just done with me? She didn't answer. That was the only answer I needed. I turned away from her. I didn't want her to see me cry. Not because I cared about being tough, but because I knew if she tried to comfort me, I'd crumble, and if she didn't, I'd explode. The silence stretched again, taut and thick. I could hear her moving, her robe rustling, footsteps on hardwood. Morgan, don't, you can't, don't leave me. I reach out from the bed as if that would bring her back. Erase everything that just happened. I'm done with you, Embrin. I'm done with pretending. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm fucking done. I can't do this crap anymore. I get up to block the door. You can't just throw all this away. You can't throw us away. I need you, Morgan. I run my hand through my hair. We only have each other, remember? I'm the one that gets you. You're the only one that gets me. What about the future we've planned? What about everything? Tears are already streaming down my face. Morgan gives me a cold stare. No more pity, no more sorrow, no more regret, nothing. It's like I don't even know you most days. It's like you're my obligation to make sure you stay alive. You need to move, Embrin. I'm leaving. My voice comes out as a scream, angrier than I intended. I'm not moving. I don't give a fuck that you're a cheating whore, that you betrayed me, that you're a total fucking selfish bitch. I won't let you leave. I'm already shaking, begging her not to leave. It takes all my willpower to not collapse at her feet and beg her to stay. Morgan's hollow stare turns to anger, not my desperate, clingy anger, the anger I've only ever seen in one other person, and I thought I'd never see that look again. Morgan grabbed me by my shoulders, pushing me back slightly to build momentum to shove me across the room on the floor. My head hits the nightstand. I sit up, already trying to suppress the flashbacks of my childhood. My face is pressed into my knees, and I'm crying like a child, repeating Morgan's name like it'll change her mind. She doesn't come to comfort me. She doesn't apologize. She just opens the door and walks off. I hear the door slam shut. That was her goodbye. My house doesn't feel the same, now that it's just my house and not mine and Morgan's house. Just mine, cold, quiet, and alone. The warmth was gone. I lay back, staring at the same ceiling I stared at after sex, only now the silence wasn't peace. It was just a punishment. And that is chapter 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. Chapter 3 is coming soon. Take care of yourselves, loves. Drink water, eat some food, and don't forget to love yourself. Bye. Mwah.